In this video, I'll show you how to use color palettes when you're texture painting in Blender. And color palettes are a really useful feature for coming back to previous colors which you want to use in your painting. So to add a color palette, what you want to do is you want to go here to the active tool and workspace settings, and you want to make sure that you're in texture painting mode. So I can now scroll right down here, and under the color picture, you can see there is a color palette. So I'll open this up and click on new. Now I can rename the color palette. So for example, I'm texture painting wood, so I could just call it wood. So now what I can do is make whatever color I want. So I could, for example, make some different shades of brown. I can kind of paint on here to make sure I like that brown color, and then I could click on the plus here to add it to the color palette. Then I could make like a darker wood, click on the plus there to add it to the color palette. So when you click on the plus button, it's going to add the current color to your color palette. So let's say that I paint in a base color for the wood, and then I choose like a darker brown, and I'm going to paint like some darker lines here along the wood. But now let's say that I want to go back to that exact same color that I was previously using. Well, that's what's so useful about the color palette. I can just click on that color, and now I can paint that exact base color that I was using at the beginning. So it's very useful for texture painting. If you're painting an object, you don't want to randomly use different colors each time. You can just add all the common colors which you're going to use to the color palette. Now you can also press Shift X, and Shift X is going to turn your mouse into an eyedropper, so you can select whatever color you want, and it's going to show up right here and also right over here as your primary color. But the problem with this is that if you blended a lot of the colors together, you may not be able to get your exact previous default color. So that's why adding it to a color palette is so useful. Now you can also organize your color palette by clicking on a certain color, and you can click on the arrows to move them up and down. Now you can also click on this little lines button right here, and you can actually sort your color palette. So I really like sorting it by hue or value. So I've just added a bunch of random colors. So if I now click on the drop down here and click on sort by hue, you can see like now the blue colors are all next to each other and the brown colors are next to each other, which is very useful. I can also choose to sort by value. So you can see now the lightest colors are at the front and then the darkest colors are at the very end. So another useful organization. Now I can also add multiple color palettes. So I can just click on this little file icon here. That's going to add a new color palette. And I could, for example, call this metal. And so this is very useful if you're texture painting different materials. So for example, this hatchet that I painted, I wanted to have like a wood color for the handle and then also a metal color for the top. And then I can click here to choose between the wood and the metal color palettes. So I can now like make some different metal colors, like some different gray colors, add that to the color palette, maybe make like a white one. Now on default, all the color palettes have the shield icon turned on, and the shield icon is called a fake user. Basically what that's going to do is going to make sure that you don't lose the data from the Blender file. Because for example, if you import some kind of texture into Blender, but then you're not actually using the texture or material on your object, and you save and close the file, Blender is actually going to remove any data that the Blender file isn't using. But if you leave the fake user on, Blender's not going to get rid of those colors. It's always going to remember the colors in your scene. So just make sure you keep that on. And one more really useful feature about the color palettes is you can import them into other projects. So if I'm in a new texture painting project, but I want to use the same colors, I can click on File and then Append. Then I can locate to the folder with my other Blender file. I can go inside the Blender file and I can go to palette and I can just click and drag to select these color palettes and just click on append. Now if I open up the color palette and click on the drop down, I can choose the metal color palette or the wood color palette. And then it's probably a good idea to click on the fake user button so that Blender doesn't lose that file data. So just click on the fake user. You can see there's now an F next to the color palette. And so that is telling us that it has a fake user. So Blender won't get rid of the color palette data. And if you'd like to learn texture painting in Blender, then I have a texture painting for beginners tutorial. I also have an UtruPaint for beginners tutorial, which is a really great Blender add-on. And the biggest feature of UtruPaint is that it has a layering system, so you can have layers of different texture maps. And I also have some texture painting follow-along videos, like how to texture paint rock, how to texture paint wood or mushrooms, and also some different hand-painted weapons. But I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching.